Chapter 4. The Method of Release. Happiness is calmness with no emotions or effort. Unhappiness involves energy, emotions, and effort. Lester Levenson. I want you to think about somebody or some situation that is particularly agitating. Try not to pick the worst thing in your life right now. We will build up to that. We learn how to crawl before we learn how to walk. So as you learn now to use the technique, you will eventually begin using it on more complex matters. So, think about some annoying person in your life, maybe in the office, maybe at home, or some situation that you would like to change. Point or tilt your head down slightly toward your stomach or chest area, which is your feeling center. This is the area where you can erase things. That's the releasing mode. The erase button. If you only access the head, all it does is record and play back information. It does not erase thoughts or feelings. If you push the erase button and access your stomach or chest, you will be in the erasing mode. Because this is such a new and different concept, let's play with it and try it so you can comprehend the experience. So, think about a person or situation that is not so wonderful in your life. Point or tilt your head down toward your feeling center, your stomach or chest. This disengages your head and activates the feeling center, which is the erase mode. You will notice an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest area. Take some time to notice it. We're just looking for some energy out of harmony in that area. Maybe it is a clutching feeling or a knot in that area. Again, notice that it is an unwanted energy. The way one drills for oil is to first find the oil and then sink a rig or pipe into the oil pocket. Next, the pipe is uncapped and then the oil or energy comes shooting out. In Kuwait, the oil rigs were capped with cement in order to stop the oil from bursting out after Saddam Hussein tried to destroy the oil fields. Now, this unwanted energy that is trapped in our stomach and our chest wants to leave. The problem is that it will not leave if you access your head. It will only leave from your stomach or your chest. So once again, think about that situation or person that is particularly bothersome. Put your head down. Put an imaginary tube into the unwanted energy. Uncap it and allow it to come shooting out. Now allow more to come shooting out. And more. And more. And more. Notice if you feel lighter. All we are looking for right now is a little sign of lightness to show you that you can erase them. You might already see that when you think about that undesirable situation or undesirable person, you are not as bothered as you were before just a second ago. Now, think again about some situation or person that is not so wonderful in your life. Put an imaginary rig or tube into that energy, that unwanted energy. Uncap the tube and allow that energy to come shooting out. If there is more negative energy there, it means you have to go deep. So put the tube into the energy. Go deeper into that unwanted energy and allow it to come passing through. And more, and more, and even more. Now think of something that agitates you, that aggravates you. Notice there is an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest. By putting your head down, this disengages your head. And you will notice an unwanted clutching in your stomach or chest. And could you just allow that energy to leave? Invite it up out of the tube. And more. And more. And even more. If you find an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest, and the rig and tube illusions are not working for you, can you instead create an imaginary window right where the energy is? Where this agitation is? Open up the window! Wide open! And just allow the energy to leave through the window. And more. And more. And even more. Take a check and see if you are as bothered as you were a second ago, before you let this energy go. Again, we are just looking for a lighter feeling. We are more or less crawling around right now, exploring how to use this wonderful technique. It is different, but everybody can do it. So let's just experiment with it some more. See if you can bring up something else that agitates you. Something that is aggravating or something that perturbs you. Can you allow that energy to come up? Invite it up from your stomach or your chest and just allow it to pass through. And more. And even more. It is important not to judge this unwanted energy. Just say to yourself, it's not good, it's not bad, it is just phenomena passing through. See if you can see it only as phenomena just passing through. And more. And more. You do not need to analyze it. You need only to allow it to pass through. Remember, you do not want to analyze a splinter. You only need to pull it out. And more. And more. Now, think of something that frightens you. Maybe something from the past. Point your head down. Disengage it. Again, look for the unwanted feeling in your stomach or your chest area, and just allow that energy to come passing through. It wants to leave. If you disengage your head and activate the release mode, which is your stomach or chest area, could you allow that energy to leave? And even more, think of something else that bothers you, or some situation that is not so wonderful in your life. Can you allow that energy to come up and just allow it to pass through? It's not good. It's not bad. It is just energy passing through. Now, what we would like to do is allow any energy to pass through. Good energy, bad energy. Just see all energy as phenomena passing through. Because if it is good, we will try to hold on to it, thus stopping the releasing process. If it is bad, we will try to suppress it, again, stopping the releasing process. We must be able to allow all energy to come passing through. Remember, all it wants is to leave. So just allow it to leave by opening up your release mode. Now think of someone in your office or at home. Somebody in your life that is annoying. Tilt your head down. Disengage your recording unit. Notice you have an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest. Allow that energy to come up and allow it to pass through. Allow some more to pass through. Now take a check to see if you are as bothered as you were before you thought about the situation. Chances are you are not. Proving to yourself that this sound in your head can be erased. Many times there will be residual energy still lodged inside. You might have picked a difficult circumstance, a deep-seated, deep-rooted situation to examine. This only means you need to release on it some more! After all, it could have been there for quite a long time. Being a physicist, Lester Levenson knew quite a lot about energy. He said this unwanted energy is smaller than a photon particle. Every time something aggravates us, what do we do with it? We suppress it, we stuff it, we shove it back down into our subconscious mind because it is too agitating to concentrate on. We do not want to listen to it. We do not want to see it. We want to get rid of it, so we stuff it. Each time some little aggravation occurs, e.g., someone steps on our toes, someone yells at us or disappoints us, someone cuts us off in traffic. What are we doing with this energy? We're stuffing it. This energy continues building up in us the older we get. When we store up enough of this energy, again, it is smaller than a photon particle, and it is actually measurable. It starts to fill our bodies. It begins to press against our organs, our stomach lining, our back area. This is what causes headaches, body aches, and other unpleasant sensations. When it builds up, it causes the body and the organs to stop functioning properly. This energy can be dispelled. And when we let this energy go, it allows the body to normalize and function properly. The body is the perfect doctor if it is not impaired with all this negative energy. Contemplate some more energy you could let go. Just allow this energy to come up and just allow it to pass through, knowing that it is neither good nor bad, just phenomena passing through. And more. And even more. What else do we want to do with this energy? Some of us express it. We start screaming and yelling or crying. As soon as this negative energy builds up and becomes bothersome, what do we do with it? We go right back to stuffing it. Then we start suppressing it, or we try to escape it. We take a vacation. We listen to music. We take a drink. However, when we again become conscious, throw it in. it continues to bother us. So we get right back to stuffing and suppressing it. What we are examining right now is unsuppressing. We are learning to bring up the energy which can be erased, allowing it to come forth and pass through. Just like the Kuwait situation we mentioned earlier, the oil wells had to be capped with cement to stop the oil from escaping. Our energy is very similar. It wants to leave. Just keep the releasing mode open. Like a muscle, the release technique should be exercised. Once you start to practice it, and the more you practice it, you will find it becomes more pleasant and easier to do. For example, if you plan to drive your car, it'd be a bad idea to keep your eyes closed or to keep your head pointed down. However, you could place your hand on your feeling center, your stomach, chest, or wherever you feel this energy, just as a reminder to release from that area. This will prompt you to release from your feeling center instead of accessing your head, which cannot activate the erase mode for you. You can put your hand on your stomach or your chest, wherever you feel this unwanted energy. That action will remind you where the energy is to get out of your head and to let the energy go from your feeling center. Again, let us think about another person or situation that is agitating. Or perhaps the same one, which is harboring residual energy. Could you just allow that energy to come up and just allow it to pass through? And more. And even more. All of us have different ways of releasing this energy. Let us observe a fireplace and see how it works. If we make a fire and do not open up the flue, what happens? The room fills with smoke and we start coughing. The same is true about letting our negative energy go. When we open up the flue, what happens to the smoke? It easily leaves. It takes no effort. All we need to do is open up the flue, and the particles of smoke just float out. It is the same with feelings. This energy easily flows out. Can you allow some more energy to leave? Could you allow more? And even more to flow out. Think of something else that has bothered you, that is not so wonderful in your life. Can you allow that energy to come up in your stomach or chest and then just allow it to pass through? Try more. And more. Confusion is also just energy. Using this technique, one never has to be confused again. Try thinking about something that confuses you. Put your head down. Disengage it. Put the magical tube into that unwanted energy and just allow the confusion to leave. Permit that confusing energy to surface and allow it to pass through. And allow some more and even more. Now check to see if you feel clearer. Put your head down. You should be feeling lighter and lighter. And clearer and clearer. This lets you know you are moving in the right direction. Continue to allow this confusion to come up and pass through. It is not good. It is not bad. It is just phenomena. And more, and more, and even more. Now, think of something else that confuses you. It is just energy. Can you see it only as energy? Just as phenomena passing through? Disengage your head. Put your head down. Or put your hand on your feeling center and just allow this energy to pass through. And more, and even more. Notice that you're probably getting lighter. It is a pleasant feeling. So, can you allow more of this energy to come up and pass through? Do not close the releasing muscle down. Keep the tube open. This energy is not good nor bad. It is just phenomena passing through. So, when you find yourself in any situation, you can always choose to put your magical tube into the energy, asking it to come up, inviting it up. It wants to leave. And just allow it to pass. Know that you cannot release someone else's energy, but you can release your own. This will allow you to feel good all of the time, no matter what is happening. Reflect on something else that bothers you in your life. Invite this energy up and just allow it to pass through. Allow more, and even more. Know that it is neither good nor bad, but merely phenomena passing through, and more, and even more. Think about something else that agitates you. Just allow this energy to come up. It is in your stomach or chest, and it wants to leave. Just allow it to pass through. And more. And even more. Now, think about something in your life you would like to control. So think of something you would like to be different. Put your head down and notice the feeling of wanting to change this thing. This wanting to control, again, invokes an unwanted energy, a lack of energy. The tube into that energy and just allow it to come up and pass through. It is not good. It is not bad. It is just phenomenal. It is just energy passing through. And more. And more. Now think of something else that you want to change in your life. Something you wish never happened. Put your head down and notice immediately an unwanted energy coming up. Just allow that energy to pass through. And more. And more. This technique also works on tiredness, hunger, and numerous other feelings. Try using it the next time you are tired or hungry and do not want to surrender to a feeling. Merely disengage your head. Put your head down or touch your feeling center and allow that energy to come up and pass through. If you are tired right now, try closing this book. Put your head down and notice that you have an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest. Allow that energy to pass through. It is not good, it is not bad, and you don't have to figure it out. Just let it go. Look to see if you are hungry or have thoughts about eating. Again, disengage your head. Notice. Do you have an unwanted energy in your stomach or chest? Invite that energy up and allow it to pass through. If you're feeling a little lightheaded, which is possible, allow the energy to continue to pass through. Do not try to stop it, nor try to analyze it. Just allow it to pass through, and more, and even more. How we see the world. Each and every one of us are naturally positive. However, we try to use our head to analyze things, and this blinds us to seeing what we really are. Similarly, if we had a beautiful table covered with dust, but we took a cloth and wiped or we blew the dust off, what looked like an ugly table now shines forth. It becomes a beautiful table. The same is true about our feelings. Our feelings cover up or hide the beauty within us. So, if we disengage our heads, touch our feeling centers, and allow unwanted or negative energy to come up and pass through, it just leaves. And what you will see and experience is this beautiful thing. You. Let us pretend that we are looking at the world through rose-colored glass. All that we see is the color of roses. However, when we take the glasses off, we have an entirely different picture. So it is with our feelings. If we just invite the feelings up, put the tube into the energy, and allow it to pass through, the picture will begin to change. Take a check and see if this is not already so. Reflect on those things that bothered you before practicing this exercise. Notice that you probably feel these things just do not bother you anymore. Or perhaps you are less bothered and now feel positive about them. Now let's look at a goal you have been working on. Something that you have not yet been able to accomplish in your life. Disengage, your head down. You will notice an unwanted energy immediately shows up in your stomach or your chest. Allow this energy to come up and just allow it to pass through, and more and even more. Now take a check and see if it is more possible to accomplish the goal, or less possible, just with a little releasing. Every time you can let go of this energy, you take a step closer to I can, and move farther away from I can't. Remember, we are just crawling around on the ground and exploring what it feels like to release, to let go. Up to now, what we have engaged in is suppressing, expressing, or escaping our feelings. What we are doing now is releasing, letting go. So we need to spend time playing around with this concept. It seems a little bit difficult. Do not worry about that. In time, you will discover this natural ability has always been with you. You might take a minute and explore around. Be a cartoon microscope in a Disney movie. Look to see if there is an unwanted energy hanging around. Perhaps you feel you do not understand this releasing concept. Notice that it will also bring up unwanted energy into your feeling center. Bravo! Put your magical tube into that energy. Or open up the window or the chimney. The chimney flue. Just allow the energy to surface and pass through. Try some more. And even more. And even more. And as long as you are doing this, invite up some more unwanted energy. Choose another bothersome something. Anything which is not joyful in your life, invite it up. It wants to leave, and allow it to come up and pass through. It is not good. It is not bad. It is just phenomena passing through. More. And even more. Invite some more up. Invite some fear. Anything that makes you frightened. Put your head down. See how this is an unwanted energy, and just allow it to pass through. And more, and even more. Remember, we are merely looking for a light feeling, something that feels lighter. This energy, which is smaller than a photon particle, is stored up in our body and can actually be weighed and measured. If we had a scientific device for measuring energy, we would actually see or measure this energy leaving us. The energy is leaving, and that is the light feeling. So could you let go of some more? And more, and even more. Remember, this is just the beginning. You are learning to release. You can release with your eyes open or eyes closed. It is a good idea to practice using both techniques, eyes opened, eyes closed. As an assignment, play around with what you have just learned. As you move through a day, watch what happens. Look for the feeling in your stomach or chest. When you find an unwanted feeling, disengage your head or place your hand on your feeling center and allow the energy to come up and pass through.